Two peas
Two
in a
peas in a
bong.
bong.
Two peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong. Two peas.
Two peas
Two
in a
peas
bong.
in a bong.
All right, y'all. Two peas in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
It's your boy KP.
And on the highway doing 75 on the way to another mental health break. It's your boy Bong. What up?
Oh man. Oof.
Dizzle. What's good, man?
Dizzle in the building.
Dizzle, you ain't have to do me like that this week. I thought we was better than that.
Mm.
I thought we was better than that.
It was better than that, huh? We supposed to be brothers.
What's good, engineer in the building? Man, we supposed to be brothers.
Dizzle say we need that Dizzle dollar. We gonna get you on, Dizzle. Trust and believe, bro.
Dizzle got KP at the fast food drive-through, telling them to get a double burger with cheese.
With cheese. Don't forget that.
Oh,
Can I get a Dizzle burger? Yeah, with cheese.
Make that a double burger with cheese.
Yeah.
Oh man. What's going on, engineer? You tell me. So I guess what getting into the first piece of business was tonight's Sunday night game.
Yeah.
Oof.
Man, what stands out?
Bad boys.
Let me know. Oh, you think so? You think the Chiefs back in the building?
Hey,
Brandon Howley says rigged.
Listen, this was probably going to be the Kansas City Chiefs' toughest opponent because it's the last week they'll be without Rashee Rice. And they passed with flying colors, if you know what I mean.
I don't know. I didn't think the Lions looked bad. I just think they would get to a certain point where they just couldn't get over the hump, made some mistakes. It kind of went downhill when they had the illegal motion with what's his, I don't know why I can't even think of his guy's name. Jared Goff. Yeah. When they had the illegal motion with Jared Goff. It was a good play, but he had to just step back from the center, hold his position for a minute, and then go in motion. So that took away that score.
Hey, hey, listen. Hey, what we say about Luther Vandross, man? That old Luther, that shit just Ben Johnson out there. That curl just didn't quite curl anymore. But
the whole game, it seemed like that for them, right? I mean, that's kind of what I was getting at. The whole game, it just seemed like it didn't quite curl.
And my thing earlier in the year, I said the Detroit Lions, they haven't really faced any tough defenses besides that Green Bay defense. So, they run into a Kansas City Chiefs defense. I'm not even gonna speak to the Detroit Lions defense because they once again had injuries galore in that secondary. So Mahomes basically had his way. Even though we don't give excuses. But their offense to only muster, what was that, 17? Was it 17 points?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody coming into this week, everybody said that Detroit may have the best offense in football.
I was saying
It makes me
I
start
still
to
think
go
they
back.
do have it though.
It makes me start to go back and look to see. I think they was passing. It was in the strip club. Detroit was in a strip club passing out Usher bucks. That's what it was. Because yeah, that's what it was. They was out there passing off ushered bucks as real money. And in actuality, who did they beat? Let's see who they beat. They lost to the Packers. They beat the Bears 52-21. They beat the Ravens 38-30. They beat the Browns 34-10. They beat the Bengals 37-24. They lost to the Packers.
I'm
They
gonna say
lost
it.
to the Chiefs.
I'll wait for you to say it, Bong.
What?
The
Money
jewels.
looking
Go
Huh?
say. We're gonna talk about the jewels, Bong. What you gonna say?
It says money looking funny in the light, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You dig? I just, hey man.
I
I said, and again, I come in here with my little opinions. I ask y'all to never mind me. I'm just a nigga in the basement. I don't even have a microphone, just a laptop and a speaker. And I said that Detroit Lions offense and defense, they have been gifted the ability to play against really bad teams. They play Tampa Bay next week. Detroit does. And if they struggle or if they lose to Tampa Bay, it's funny money. It's funny money. That means every time I see the Detroit Lions, man, I need the counterfeit pin and I'm sliding it through the 100 every time. Like, don't pass me no money.
What happens if they win?
If they win, then hey, we back to putting them in the pot with everybody else. It's gumbo. It's gumbo.
I think it's with Detroit. I'm looking at Detroit, and I was once saying that I thought that they had a combination of the best offense and defense in the NFL this year. But they're like a midget at the altar right now, coming up short in these kind of games.
These kind of games, what other game did they have that's like this? If y'all saying this is their toughest test, what are we saying? These kind of games.
Not this year. I'm saying in the past when they with the 49ers in the playoffs. And I know it's the past. I understand that, but it's the same coach, it's the same quarterback, it's the same offensive core. It's the nucleus of the team. You like and I'm gonna get to Kansas City because I want to transition to Kansas City. But you had a situation where Kansas City is 2-3. You're trying to you got to kick Kansas City while they're down because they're not going to be down forever. Some people are saying, is this the beginning of the end? What's happening? Patrick Mahomes, he's Lazarus. For anyone that doesn't know Lazarus was the man in the Bible that died. Everyone said he died. His body was a stench because he was gone. That was Patrick Mahomes. He started the season off 0-2. And then after losing the first two games, then he had the Ravens. And we were thinking, man, with the they may mess around and end up 0-3. And then they beat the Ravens. Lamar Jackson ends up getting hurt. The Ravens season is,
just over.
It's to shits. And then we look, they get a game against the Giants. I think everybody was confident that Kansas City would beat the Giants, which they did. But but then they get Jacksonville, and I was expecting them to beat Jacksonville, but then they lost to Jacksonville. And after losing to Jacksonville, they get Detroit, and it's like they're going to end up 2-4. They still got to play Buffalo. They've got to play Denver twice. They've got to play the Colts. This is going to be really, really tough for Kansas City. Are they going to get into the playoffs? What's going to happen? And I thought that this would have been, helpful if Detroit would have beat them. because it just makes it harder for them to get to the playoffs. Because if Detroit has to play them in the championship, I don't see it going well for them once Kansas City's at full strength. So that's the part where I say Detroit's got to step on their neck.
Man, Rashee Rice, you better come back killing.
No, listen,
everybody's speaking you up.
No,
you best come back killing.
But he's Lazarus, man. This dude, they've resurrected the season. They're now 3-3, and he's getting all of his weapons back.
Hey, DP.
Yeah.
Rashee Rice don't even have to come out the gate and really go crazy.
I'm just saying the way they speaking about him.
Rashee Rice giving you replacement level wide receiver play elevates the team, because it's just another person that when they line up, it's another person you have to worry about guarding. So now you got Kelsey, you got Xavier Worthy, you got Rashee Rice. Every now and again when Hollywood Brown wants to show up, you got him. So, and you got a running back in Patrick Mahomes that I guess when everybody's playing man and backs are turned, I'll just run and get my yards that way. Since, between Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, they can't really muster 100 yards. I'm with KP. I had a conversation with somebody after the Chiefs lost to Jacksonville in one of my group chats, a friend of mine. And he said, damn, that Chiefs dynasty came and went quickly. And I said, God, hold on, man. We got to pump the brakes. First and foremost, if it were to be the end of the Chiefs dynasty, Patrick Mahomes has spent the last 7 years. So he didn't start his first year. He was on the bench behind Alex Smith. The next year he started. The 7 years that he's been a starter in the NFL, the road at the end of the season is nothing less than the AFC Championship game for 7 straight years. 7 straight AFC Championship games, 5 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowl wins. That's not a small window. And keep in mind, they're coming off of losing the Super Bowl last year. So for this year, that's still in the beginning stages. For us to write them, not only write the season off, but to write the dynasty off, is blasphemy. I won't stand for it. I won't stand.
Adam Silver in the building.
It was one of them days where everybody in their division won. So the Chargers, the Broncos and the Raiders, so they would have been in danger of falling further behind in the standings, possibly being tied with the Raiders at 2-4. And
well, the Raiders are a different story. I think they're actually in serious trouble. We've been saying that the Chiefs aren't at full strength and that they have a chance of getting back to full strength and getting busy. But what do y'all think was the real problem with Detroit though? Like, what was the real issue tonight?
That they're off. If you're asking me, I don't think their offense is as explosive as it was when Ben Johnson was here. I think that they were able to feast on bad teams. Their 4 wins have come against bad teams.
So they were moving the ball though. Like they had some long scoring drives. So it wasn't like they couldn't move the ball. Right. It was just
But if you think about it, last year they were dynamic. It wasn't long.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Remember Ben Johnson's motto was, I'm not trying to get 13, 15 play drives. I want to get 3-4 plays and we running it up. We running the score up, right? You have Jameson Williams.
Yep.
And he's basically nothing in this offense because they can't scheme up dynamic plays for him to get open.
Yeah, he hasn't. And that's crazy given the other weapons that they do have.
So, but by default,
together to get him loose.
Exactly, DP. But by default, because you got Gibbs, you got Montgomery, you still have a decent offensive line. Like, you're going to be able to run the ball. You have a quarterback that when you have a decent run game, I can make plays behind it. So the offense is going to be okay. But when you run into the real good teams, it's going to be hard for you to produce. And your defense, for whatever reason,
Yeah, they weren't getting it done.
and injuries.
Raptors HQ says play calling. I don't know why they don't feed St. Brown more. There was a drive where it seemed like all they were doing was throwing to St. Brown.
He had 9 receptions.
Yeah, I mean they were using him. I just think they weren't, like Bong just said, they weren't opening up the playbook to get everybody else involved. They started off trying to establish the run with Gibbs.
Yeah, well, they didn't run with Montgomery.
And I was gonna say, and then you didn't get Montgomery in there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think they still got a chance, man. I think it was just a bad outing. I know what Bong is saying as far as they ain't faced nobody. This was their toughest test so far in the Chiefs as far as the defense goes. I'm not even knocking that. I do believe that's the case. I don't think they're done though.
Dan Campbell in the post-game interview, he said they knew that they would need to score 30 plus to win tonight because the defense was compromised. Like they had 5 guys out in the secondary. I mean, it was bad for the defense. But again,
and that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm like, you got to finish the drives with touchdowns. Like when they had to settle for that field goal, it's like, all right, here we go. That's the first field goal. I'm like, y'all can't have drives that end in the field goal.
The funny thing is that last year they would scheme up these trick plays to embarrass other teams when they were up, right? And it's just like, nah, now we're gonna rub it in. But now trick plays is part of the basic. They might have a trick play in the first 15. Like, y'all need that shit? Hold on. You mean to tell me that y'all gotta have a trick play in there because, like, hold on, you in a competitive game with the Kansas City Chiefs, and y'all had to run a play where Jared Goff catches a touchdown?
That's Montgomery time.
Like, what are we doing here, man? Y'all
Montgomery time.
That's them Usher bucks, man. Hey, make sure when the Detroit Lions come in the club, if they give you anything over an honest dollar,
anything over $1.
Anything over $1, you got to swipe it, man, with the pen. You got to swipe it with the counterfeit
anything
pen.
with a big face.
Hey, that catch by Laporta though.
Yeah,
that catch by Laporta though in the back of the end zone, that shit was nice.
Yeah, man,
that shit was nice.
Old school football players was good. Man.
But before I just move from Raptors HQ, he says this is my problem with the NFL. I feel like coaches and teams want to make offense super complex that they go away from basics when you have an elite wide receiver like St. Brown, Chase Lamb.
I agree.
Feed them.
I agree.
Yeah, but you also, like, in the case of the Lions, you have shit that not every team has. Like, you have basically 2, except for the tight end. I don't know who the backup tight end is, but you got 2 receivers, you got 2 running backs, and you have a solid tight end. Like, you're checking a bunch of boxes, so you should be able to do a lot of stuff.
Hey, man, with the trick plays, they got 2 quarterbacks.
Hey, he didn't look bad, did he? Montgomery out there with that was a tight spiral.
Raptors HQ.
And a nice catch by Goff, though. It was fumbled in the beginning, but then,
Raptors HQ, you bring up a good point, and although I don't want to piggyback off of it directly, I agree that offensive coordinators, offensive play callers, many times head coaches, they need to hold more accountability. And if you want to know how, look no further than the New York Jets.
Ooh.
And
Ooh-wee.
I just want to transition into that game.
We. Ooh-wee.
Because I think the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets is doing the fans of the New York Jets, the ownership of the New York Jets, the head coach of the New York Jets, the personnel of the New York Jets, and specifically the quarterback of the New York Jets a disservice every time he comes out there and calls plays.
But hold on, you missed somebody. And the eyes of the football fans. Go ahead.
You see, remember that? You know that meme where they got the dude like holding the eyes open, like, yo, you gotta watch.
Hey, Bong, but their OC is a Detroit Lions disciple.
Right.
He was their passing coach.
Yeah. So I really, and maybe my theme for the evening is money looking funny in the light, Usher Bucks, because I said I'm okay. I get up at 6:30 this morning. Full disclosure, I got up to make sure that my lineup was set because when they did the Pittsburgh game,
you got up to watch that motherfucking game. If that was you on that tape, that would be Kane whooping your ass.
Hey,
tell me, you didn't watch that shit.
When the Pittsburgh game was on and they played, I forgot who they played, and I had Jaylen Warren in there from the night before. I got stuck in like 3 leagues where Jaylen Warren was in there because they told me the night before they thought he would play. So anyway, I get up to watch it and said, fuck it, I'm up. Let me watch the game. It was one of the hardest things to watch that I chose to watch, right? That I willfully signed up to watch, was not obligated, was not getting paid. Right? My compensation was time off of my life I will never get back.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm watching the game, we get prior to halftime. I said, I gotta do the research. So here we go. What?
Here we go.
Here we go again.
Hold on. So my thing was, what was the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets? His name is Tanner Engstrand. Okay. Here's his resume. He played quarterback at Grossmont College and San Diego State. He became a graduate assistant at the University of San Diego under Jim Harbaugh. He had a bunch of various roles there: running backs coach, quarterback coach, passing game coordinator, offensive coordinator, and assistant head coach. Then he moved to the XFL. So, or before that, he spent a year in 2018 at Michigan as an offensive analyst. Then he was the offensive coordinator and running backs coach of the DC Defenders in the XFL from 2019 to 2020. He joins the Detroit Lions in 2020 as an offensive assistant. In 2021, he moved into a quality control role. I'm trying to figure out what's it. Give me when y'all hear something that really stands out to you, like, okay, this guy deserves to be running an NFL offense, let me know. 2022, he became the tight ends coach plus the passing game coordinator. 2023 and 2024, he served as the Lions' full passing game coordinator under his watch. Okay, Detroit's passing offense performed amongst the league's best in 2024. Was it under his watch or was it under the guy who's in Chicago's watch? So he takes over as the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets under head coach Aaron Glenn. It marks his first time it marks his first time in the NFL in the coordinator role. Guess what his vision for the offense was with the Jets? Speed, aggressiveness, physicality, and explosiveness. He has a lot of, and I think Alf Sucks and Mock Drafts made mention of it earlier. He has a lot of passing game, such and such, this, that, and the third in his resume. Justin Fields, that's probably not his strength. So every time I saw Justin Fields dropping back and he's looking downfield for routes to develop, routes that he probably not accurate enough to throw, I'm trying to wonder why you keep dialing these things up instead of giving him something quick, something easy, give him outlets so that if it's not there, I can run. Like he's a sitting duck in the pocket. He is a sitting duck dropping back in the pocket. But then it clicked. Nepotism at its finest, man. He has a relationship with the Jets general manager. These motherfuckers was teammates on the San Diego State football team in 2004, and they were both backup quarterbacks.
Okay.
Wow.
So when you come,
but I was going to ask though, because I'm like, what are the stepping stones to being a OC and then even a head coach eventually? Because like the mastermind Andy Reid was O-line coach and like tight ends or something like that before he even got his crack at OC. So I mean, it's case by case, right? I mean,
my thing is this: if Ben Johnson is the OC, I don't think whoever the efficiency coordinator, the explosiveness coordinator, I don't think that person has a real role besides maybe scouting the other team's defense, maybe where we can exploit it or whatever. He doesn't sound, unless you guys hear something in what I said that I don't hear, he doesn't sound like he's ever been in a position where he was actually in charge of designing plays and running an offense for an NFL team or anything close to it.
Right,
so
but that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm asking you.
If you have a team like the New York Jets, I want to bring in somebody that has dealt with a running quarterback. Who's coached Lamar Jackson? I don't give a fuck if you got to go all the way back. Who coached Mike Vick? Is that guy still around? Does he have a son? Right? Like, who coached a mobile quarterback that can get the most out of a mobile quarterback? Because you coach.
I understand that. That's that I'm rocking with you with. But the build up before that, I was just asking, like, name a coordinator and go look at their history. They was probably tight ends coach, a line coach, or this coach before they were an OC. Like it you just got to get creative. You got to know what you have, know your personnel. That's like KP. Like when you not to switch it to basketball, but if you a PG and your coach calls plays and you're the coach on the floor, the point guard, you know your personnel, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna look around and say, yeah, okay, we supposed to do that, but this motherfucker ain't good at this, so I'm gonna do it. You understand?
But that's not how it works in the NFL, though. It's not how it works.
That's why I said it's not to switch it to that, but I'm saying if you've been around the sport for that long and been in the game for that long or held a certain position for so long to where you see the game a certain way, or you're looking at the game, or even you're under somebody's tutelage, I mean, what's the trajectory for somebody to become an OC or a coach?
No. So when you're talking about like the example you gave of KP, you're using that in reference to the OC or Justin Fields?
I'm using that in reference to somebody looking at the game. Yeah, somebody making decision making, looking at your personnel,
Yeah.
more
and running a play a certain way or making a decision a certain way because you see what you have. So if this guy sees what he has as an OC, even though you're not actually on the field, you should have as you're saying, you should have the wherewithal to scheme up a package that works for Justin Fields. My only thing was separate from that, which I agree with you in. The first part I was trying to establish from you is, well, what checks the boxes on the resume for somebody to say, yeah, give this guy a shot? Because that's the first thing you were asking.
I think I would be looking for somebody that has, and especially recently, coached a mobile quarterback, because it almost looks like he's trying to run the Detroit Lions offense. You drop back with Jared Goff because he can't move. Why the fuck is Justin Fields taking 5 and 7 step drops and just standing there?
Okay, and that part, I'm like, I feel
you. That's all.
Like, and he's standing 9 sacks. He got sacked 9 times today. I think it was last week he played the Cowboys, and he got sacked probably like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah,
from the worst
defense that doesn't even create pressure on the QB. Did they create pressure today? On the QB? Okay, just asking, man.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, it's like at some point in time, bro, Justin Fields looks defeated out there. Now his confidence is shitty. The confidence is gone. I don't have confidence in myself because I can't make the plays that the OC is designing. I can't make them work. So now I'm just going to go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. That defense.
Question. Is it just Justin Fields and the OC?
Garrett Wilson's dropping some passes. Did they lose their running back?
No, they lost their backup running back. Okay, Breece Hall's still out there.
Breece Hall can't get a step. Breece Hall can't get the tip of his cleat on the grass before somebody is back there trying to tackle his ass.
The tip of the cleat.
because they know that they can load the box to stop the run, because Justin Fields.
No. Justin Fields has no time either.
But what I'm saying, because the whole line is what's so. If you had a legit offensive coordinator that could scheme it up, when they bring that pressure, there should be a beat.
An outlet.
Exactly. There should be something to beat that to make them back up. But they just keep sending pressure, and y'all keep saying, Justin Fields, take a 7-step drop. Why? Why are y'all subjugating the people? You seen, I don't know. So, I watched the game. At halftime.
Breece Hall's a good pass catching running back, too. So
at halftime, Garrett Wilson was pleading with Aaron Glenn as they walked to the tunnel. I don't know what was being said, but I promise you he was talking about the offensive coordinator. Like, bro, he gonna cost Aaron. When we talk, okay, the players unfortunately always get the brunt of the public scrutiny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember Amari DiMercato, you dropped the ball going in for a touchdown, and the big thing that I kept hearing in the media all week was, hey man, people's jobs are on the line. You could have cost somebody their job. This is 6 weeks of incompetent play from the offense, and you guys can't you can't simplify it at all, so that Justin Fields, his best attributes are his legs, and you have him sitting in the pocket. Like, can we get some accountability where it counts? Aaron Glenn is a defensive coach, and today he showed you we will shut down an offense.
And they lost by 2.
Yeah.
Like, they lost by 2, and the defense scored 2 of the points. So it's not like they weren't in the game. Even that last listen, the last drive where they had Garrett run the out route and he caught it but then dropped it. Not the best situation, but hold on to the ball, man. Keep the drive going.
If you
Y'all could have gotten position to kick a field goal and get out of that game with that sloppy Joe shit and still have a win.
If you are what they say you are.
And the win erases a lot of shit, right? It would have been like the Jets come away with a win, their first win. Like,
KP, you talked a few weeks ago about Garrett Wilson and how, you know, I think it was, you were talking about how his contract was a steal for the Jets and they got him at a discount or something like that. I believe when we talked about it. Garrett Wilson, some of those catches are they're not the greatest pass.
They're not, but
I'm not transitioning to Cowboys talk. There were a couple catches that that George Pickens made today that you snatched one out the defender's hands that was behind you. Yeah. Like, and they're debating whether that motherfucker was even a wide receiver one. Garrett Wilson, we paid you to be the face of the Jets. You are wide receiver one, no questions asked. Mm-hmm. You have got to make the tough catches, even going all the way back to week one, or was that week one that they played Pittsburgh and Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah. That was week one. Yeah.
Come on, like you got to make those plays, bro.
What I say to y'all earlier, it's
the
like
ball hit your hands.
If the ball hit your hands, catch the motherfucker. But I also said, like, when Bong was like, and he's basically paid top dollar. I was like, you pay those type of guys to erase the mistakes that the quarterback makes. So that mistake by Fields where it wasn't right on the money. Hey man, guess what, Garrett? We're expecting you to have a catch radius that says I still got this motherfucker, right?
The words of Smokey's mom, make it enough.
Make it enough. That's right.
Hey,
make it enough.
And Luby Balls, every time I got to say that name, is definitely a pause behind that. But he says Aaron Rodgers looks way better, by the way. They blame Rodgers. Let me tell you, I blame Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the classic LeBron James syndrome. I want to play GM when it's fun to me. I want to bring in the coaching staffs.
Old school football
I want to bring in,
Old school football is agreeing too. He said facts. They blamed Rodgers.
Yeah, I want to bring in my best friend as the offensive coordinator. I want to bring in all my boys as a comfort kit. Right?
Come on,
Devontae Adams. Bring in what's the other Alan Lazard. Right? I want to, hey, I tried to bring in an offensive.
Lazard's still with the Jets, right?
Yeah, you don't hear his name at all. Right? I want to bring in an offensive lineman that I was cool with. The difference between when Aaron Rodgers was with the Jets and now that he's with the Pittsburgh Steelers is that Aaron Rodgers had no say-so in anything. Suit up, get one of them old school cheap-ass helmets that you like to suit up with, get on the field and play ball.
And throw it to Metcalf.
That's it. We're not giving you your say in who gets to play receiver and what kind of scheme you want to run and who you want the offensive coordinator to be. No, we're not doing that. You're going to come in at a discount, no less, at a discount and play ball. We got a good thing going over here. We make the playoffs every year. Do you want to be a part of that and see if you can get us over the hump? Yes or no?
How many other opportunities do you think Rodgers had outside of Pittsburgh? Like real opportunities to come in and be a starter.
That's what I was saying. He didn't have a leg to stand on.
Right. One at the most. And it was probably a bad team. Right?
So I mean, that would kind of frame your thought process too if you're trying to play. But I get it.
Damn, D. Rouse, you say Garrett borderline Dollar General status?
Oh no, D. Rouse. Oh. D. Rouse. No. Stop. Hey, D. Rouse, I saw you earlier too about the win in fantasy. So was Scotty Boy the only undefeated team?
Yeah.
Okay, no more. I don't know where Scotty Boy is, but
and then there was none.
Yeah. So
E-Bean Gaming. Yeah, man. Pickens been getting. Hey, if you into the betting or whatever, Pickens been getting you paid weekly.
Oh, I got Pickens on both fantasy teams.
Pickens been getting you paid weekly. Dak been getting you paid weekly. You can go
Pickens single-handedly kept me in that game last week that I told y'all I lost by a few points. Pickens.
Yeah. And the set. No, what's the next game? I don't want to go there. I'm sorry. I just saw E-Bean Gaming's comment. Let's go to what was another game that we had.
Oh, hey, well, I know Alf Sucks at Mock Drafts is a Seahawks fan, so
that was a good game.
We got Seattle over the Jags 20-12. The Jaguars coming off their it was a Monday night game for the Jaguars, right?
Yes.
Bongi Kong. Let's see.
So
we're gonna get to Baker. Let me see if I can say what you said. Can we talk about man, we will get to Baker Mayfield for sure.
Okay. So the Seahawks and the Jaguars. 20-12. Alf Sucks and Mock Drafts. Your thoughts on this win? If you still in the chat, is your team poised to pick it up and make a smooth run from here on out? And then we have the Jaguars on the flip side who are back in the loss column. So what do we think about them? So first off, what y'all think about the Seahawks?
I think the Seahawks are legit.
Okay, because we were talking about the Jags defense, saying that the Jags had a legitimate defense and all that stuff, and this was a grinded. Yeah, no, I'm saying, and this is a grinded out game. The Seahawks end up
2012, man. That's a defensive game right there. They held the Jaguars held the Seahawks to 60 yards rushing. That's tough, man. That's it, man. That's tough. Sam Darnold definitely, it was a one-trick pony. It looks like JSN accounted for a majority of his yards.
Man.
Hey.
Well over half.
Yeah. But
AJ Barner got that last catch at the end, man. So that's a little skewed. His stats of 3 receptions, 71 yards.
But I mean, to go damn near 300.
Go ahead.
Go 300 on 16 completions. Like I said, it was a tough game. It was close, but I think that defense that they have in Seattle. Now, keep in mind, and Alf Sucks in Mock Draft will always bring it to our attention. But
I have those motherfuckers in the fantasy league.
They took that defensive coordinator from the Baltimore Ravens. And let's keep it a buck. They haven't looked right since.
The Ravens, you saying?
Ravens. The Ravens haven't looked right since. And Seattle is quietly a really good defensive team. They have some question marks with and it's not even question marks. I think they just have a young secondary. So with a young secondary, you're going to go through some growing pains with some of these guys, man. But for the most part, they're really sound on defense.
Yeah.
And they have an identity on offense. The best thing for them, again, every team has to go through it where you have to push somebody out of town to bring along somebody else. DK Metcalf was who he was, probably more of a diva than JSN on the outside looking in. They had to get rid of DK so that JSN could spread his wings. And sure enough, JSN is spreading his wings. He's the real deal. So salute to JSN for, rewarding the team for having faith in him and basically putting the offense on his shoulders. Salute to Sam Darnold. It's early with him because he looked the same way in Minnesota early last year.
Which is what I was about to ask you, but is he is he doing basically what you expect, right? Like he ain't losing the game for you.
Yeah, no.
And if he gets it clicking,
yeah,
he's capable of
yeah.
catching fire.
When the pressure's on,
that's what you want to see.
Perform.
That's what you want to see.
But he's put them in a situation where they're going to be competing for a playoff spot late in the game.
He's put him in, and you're saying Darnold or JS. Right. So Darnold has put him in a situation where, and I'm not. This is no knock on Geno Smith, but the pickup and replacement of Geno Smith, it could have been somebody else. I'm saying Darnold has also put him in a position where you have to respect it. Basically, you gotta respect it, because it's like if you out here like whatever, all of a sudden him and JSN lighting your ass up, right? So you gotta respect it. But I agree, it's like when the pressure comes on, then we'll see at that point. But I left 14 points. If we speaking of fantasy, I left 14 points on the bench because I didn't play Seattle. I wouldn't have won anyway. This is another fantasy league too. I wouldn't have won anyway, but still, at the end of the day, all points matter when you're trying to make the playoffs and shit.
All money in.
I'm still not sold on Trevor Lawrence though. Still not.
Okay, I mean, listen. I think they had 6 points for basically the majority of the game. They scored in the first quarter and then didn't score again until the fourth. So, I mean, Seattle was.
I thought it was going to get ugly. I thought it was going to get ugly. They couldn't pull away.
Yeah.
I want to see what the Jags offense looks like, let's say week 10, 11. Because, and again, I'm not taking up for Trevor Lawrence. I could care less. He has a new offensive coordinator running a new system. When he did play last year, he had some success with the players that he had, but he didn't play a full season because I think my man out of Houston sat his ass down for the long haul. But he's not as bad. I don't think he's as bad as he looks. But we've already seen from the beginning of the season him and the head coach, who's also the offensive play caller, has some testy moments on the sideline where he's screaming on Trevor Lawrence for not doing something that he was supposed to do or not checking into something that he wanted to check into. So the relationship is rocky already, right? There's no trust there. I'm hoping they can build some trust. Again, we need to put more onus on the coaches. I wish we had memes on our stream. We could cue up that little kid and say, "No, it's not your fault. It's the coach's fault."
Y'all did what y'all supposed to do.
You got to, man. Like, I need, if you're going to be an offensive play caller, you should, the pressure should be on you to find the things that your quarterback does well and exploit those.
Mm-hmm.
Every quarterback is not the same. It's not a cookie cutter league. Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes are two totally different quarterbacks. They have two totally different skill sets. And I don't want Andy Reid calling the same plays for Lamar Jackson that he would call for Patrick Mahomes.
And he wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, so many times we see the product on the field and it's like, hey, man, you guys didn't do well because the player didn't read it right.
Mm-hmm.
The O-line stinks. I can tell you from direct experience this year that if it's schemed up right, it's going to look good. The Cowboys went out there and won a game. They stink too, defensively. But they went out there and won a game with 4 backup offensive linemen.
Who don't stink.
But no, they don't stink because the scheme was right. Like, that's coaching. the coaching made it so that we're gonna take 80% of your offensive line as backups, and we're gonna make them look decent.
Yeah, and
Not enough credit is given to the
that.
guys that do it right. Like we put too much blame at the foot of the players when the coaches don't set them up to succeed. Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota said it best. A lot of these guys are not being coached up properly.
Tom Brady said that as well.
Like, it's a known fact, but they get to hide behind who is the offensive coordinator. We don't even know this person's name. We've probably never seen them. Some are up in the booth. Some hide behind the play sheet. Like, is it the head coach calling the play? Like, who is it? Who is this motherfucker that can't get the shit done? But we got to go out here and blame the quarterback and blame the O-line. And
well, let's talk about somebody who's getting it done, and that's the Buccaneers. So Bongi Kong says Baker Mayfield. Can we talk about him? Evans out, Ibuka out, Godwin out. The 3rd and 14 run broke 4 tackles in that throw to Tez Johnson, the rookie. He is the MVP.
My bad. Ibuka wasn't out. He was out.
No, he went out. He went out. No, he went out in the first half.
Late. Yeah.
So he didn't play the second half.
Man, what y'all think? Is Baker Mayfield? People were talking about Dak Prescott is playing MVP MVP caliber football. Is Baker Mayfield one of those people who should be in that discussion in terms of how he's playing?
Absolutely.
Baker Mayfield's the front runner.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead, KP.
Oh no, I was just saying absolutely, man.
Baker Mayfield. Oh, sorry.
And his team is winning, so that helps too.
Yeah, they have another rookie in Cameron Johnson. Cameron Johnson got busy today. Rashad White.
And listen, and I'm gonna just jump in real quick, KP. Pause, and you could continue after this. I think they can have a legitimate 2-back system. Since Bucky Irvin has been getting off, pause, they don't really play White as much, but he is a legitimate weapon. And if they were to kind of use them maybe like Detroit kind of does with their 2 running backs, it could be dangerous. But go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, you had the Johnson brothers and Tez and Cameron Johnson getting them touchdowns. Sterling Shepard, it looks like everybody that leaves New York finds their second life.
Shout out to Sterling Shepard. This is probably like his 3rd life, right? Because he's dealt with some injuries.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad he's back and getting an opportunity.
Cade Otton was out there catching some passes, running real slow, but getting it done. Yeah,
because he hadn't really been in the mix like that, like he was last year. I think we talked about that on the show before, but
Baker gets it done, man. Plays hard, breaks tackles, and makes the throw.
Okay.
They actually did like an animation talking about his career, starting in Cleveland, and was like, man, it was terrible in Cleveland and was losing in Cleveland, and then it was somewhere before the Rams. I think it was Carolina. He went to Carolina, wasn't winning in Carolina, then wasn't winning with the Rams, ended up with the Buccaneers, and 2 straight
had to fight for his starting job.
Yes, but 2 straight playoff appearances, and now it looks like a normal thing to expect him in the playoffs each year.
Again,
Adam Silver, and shout out to Adam Silver because I know this is the first time we've seen you in here, so hopefully it won't be the last. I don't think I've seen Adam Silver in here.
I think he may have been in here before. Yeah, during basketball season, I believe.
Okay.
Go ahead, DP. Sorry.
Yeah, shout out to you, Baker and Dak are 1 and 2. These 2 quarterbacks are playing the best football in the league. Just wanted to point out what you're saying about them. I know you made a few comments, but hopefully this won't be the last time we see you up in here.
So Baker Mayfield, the reason why I'll give him credit is because he's had so many reasons. He's had so many reasons or excuses that we could lay at his feet to say why he didn't win a game. And they said that today, I believe, was the first time Tampa Bay actually got to do the victory formation. Every game has been a walk-off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Every win has been a walk-off. This is their first game where they actually had a chance to do the victory formation. Like, that's crazy. So he had multiple excuses that, especially offensively. He's been down offensive linemen. He's been down all his wide receivers. All his wide receivers have missed time. All his top 3 wide receivers have missed time. And he's still going out there getting it done with a makeshift line and just a ragtag bunch of wide receivers. Shout out, and remember, he's doing this with a new offensive coordinator. Liam Cohen is in Duval with Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, they play that shit on the PA system. Have you heard that shit? They play that shit on the PA system. Oh man.
And I don't know if the person that took over for Liam Cohen was somebody that worked closely with him, and maybe it's just the cohesion is already there, and that's why it's kind of seamless to transition. But even if it was, Baker Mayfield is really working with a bunch of scraps right now. But again, it does help when you can also count on your defense in a tight game to hold. In week 1, they held the Falcons to 20 points. In week 2, they held the Texans to 19 points. In week 6, they held the 49ers to 19 points. So half of your games, your defense has held the opponent to 20 points or less. The other 3 games, right, when they gave up a lot of points, it was 27 to the Jets, 31 to the Eagles, and 35 to the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Offense had to come in and do something. But it does help that your defense, you can count on your defense to go out there. Hey, man, listen, I need y'all to buckle down today, or I need y'all to buckle down this quarter and just get us some stops and kind of just let's balance it out a little bit. And, again, unfortunately, what they have going on over at in Dallas, if you can be as great a quarterback as, you can name it. If your defense can't be trusted to get a stop, or they make it so that you have to be perfect on offense, that means there's no mistake that can be made. Hey, bro, how the fuck did y'all get in the red zone and only got 3 out of that? We need 7 every time y'all touch the field. Y'all need to give us 50 plus to guarantee a win. There's no such thing as an MVP that comes out of that, man. It's just, so I think this year, Baker Mayfield, if things hold up the way they are, I think he'll be the MVP. He deserves it. He deserves it because he's making a lot out of a little, but he also does have some support from his defense. Whereas, in contrast, the Cowboys have the number one offense in the league and the worst defense in the league. Like, there's no middle ground.
Yeah.
I was listening to a Cowboy content creator. He said if the Cowboys just had the 31st ranked defense,
oh yeah, I saw that earlier.
They'd have 4 or 5 wins.
That was the post game.
Yeah,
with watching them, right? Yeah, I saw that.
So again,
yeah, no. Hey, but Tampa Bay, even their offensive line, they're playing tough. Like they just seem like a gritty type team.
Who?
You know, you got Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah,
You got Todd Bowles.
Is it the personality of Baker Mayfield, or what would you say it is?
Could be Bowles too,
and the coach.
Like, Bowles, yeah.
One of those Belichick type tough guy mentality. You don't hear him say much.
Yeah, so I mean, it's and I think we've been saying they'll be around come playoff time, and they'll be one of those teams to be looking out for because they'll be dangerous. I would say them and the Seahawks, man. Them and the Seahawks.
And loopy balls, man. You said people said Baker gets carried by his weapons. I've never heard that. Not in Tampa Bay. I think in Tampa Bay, the knock on Baker was, I think last year especially was the playoff performance when they lost to the Commanders as a favorite.
I could see them saying it when he first got there, with Godwin and Mike Evans.
But if they would have said it, it would have just been perception based, not them watching the film.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying, but I could see them saying that because he's coming in with two dynamic receivers.
Yeah. So, I mean, respect to Baker Mayfield, man.
Get that man back his what were those commercials he was doing before?
Progressive.
The Progressive commercials. Shit was kind of funny.
But at the end of the day, he probably looking at that shit like bad juju. Like, I'm ready to move past that. I'm in a better part.
It ain't the kind of juju that Jaden Daniels has.
Yeah.
Or the kind of juju that what was it, Deion Branch had the scuffle after the game.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Dude, mad because they lost. And Mahomes. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah. That was Bush League shit. But so again, when we talk about the MVPs, we talk about, Baker Mayfield, and obviously we talk about Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys went out there today and showed why it held true. I didn't speak on it this week, right? Justin Fields had his best game of the year against the Cowboys, even though they got the W. Justin Fields, and a lot of it was in garbage time, but he had the best game of his career, best game of his year against the Cowboys. Bryce Young came out today, and Ted McMillan hadn't scored a touchdown on the season. We're in week 6. Ted McMillan had 0 touchdowns scored on the season.
My bad.
And instead, not piece, but 2. Right. He gave us a 2-piece.
Who really got their ass though? Pause.
Yeah.
Ted McMillan gave it a forewarning.
Ted McMillan came out and gave us his first 2 touchdowns of the season, both on blown coverages in the red zone.
Short passes.
Right, but still
short red zone passes.
But he was wide open, given the context.
Who got in their ass?
What about Suave?
And who got in their ass?
Mr. Suave.
And gave him the forewarning.
Mr. Rigoberto. Rico Live.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
He told him
to buckle up, right?
Told him to buckle up. It was gonna get grimy today. And boy, hey man, somebody said
2 weeks in a row for him, man.
Y'all let a nigga with extensions, with the fake dreadlock extensions, piercings in his cheek, in all kind of little shit, come out here and run down on y'all, man. What happened to the game I love, man?
Hey
man, they putting Chuba Hubbard on IR.
Oh, they are?
No, I'm just saying that.
I was about to say.
The way Rico playing.
Hey, he hurt, though.
He's supposed to come back this week.
Okay.
He's supposed to come back this week, and they're like,
because he cracked 200 last week. Almost did it again this week.
That's why I said they're like, you know what?
He had over 200 scrimmage yards, but I think like 185 or 186 on the ground. So
okay.
Rico really did y'all in, and
You talking about this game or last game?
he had 186 on the ground and over 200 scrimmage yards this game.
Okay, because last
And
game he
last
rushed
game he had over 200 just
Yes.
rushing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was so Carolina's defensive line is pretty stout. So the run game was non-existent. Javonte Williams couldn't get anything going. Jaden Blue, who's taking over for Miles Sanders because Miles Sanders is on IR for the rest of the year, couldn't get anything going. With that being said, the Cowboys still lit up, the Panthers secondary. George Pickens had a career day. And the I think if there's a critique I have for the offense, I think they were saying it during the game. I think Greg Olson was saying it during the game. Why are you guys still trying to run the ball? You don't have to get cute. They can't stop the pass. Every time you guys try and run the ball or even try and do some screens, that last drive that the Cowboys had the ball, they started off with a screen, lost 5 yards off the rim.
Check downs. Yeah.
We were at midfield.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get in position to at least get 3. We're talking about a different conversation. Maybe the conversation is Carolina's going to have to go down there and score. You're going to put pressure on them to go down and score a touchdown to win the game. Or if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys watched at the end, they were trying to allow them to score, and Carolina said, no.
Accidentally touched the
No. He went down intentionally. They cleared the runway for him to go in and score, and he went down intentionally because all we need is 3 to win.
Right.
It may have been different if you say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna give you this touchdown with a minute and a half left. You guys go up by 4, and
Right.
then you can go score a touchdown and win."
And win. Yeah.
So it just changes the dynamic. But in true piss poor fashion, the Cowboys defense gave the Carolina Panthers the ball with 6 minutes and some change left and never saw the ball again.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just ran a 6-minute drive on us.
Couple things happen in this though. So the Cowboys' second to last drive, that was a costly fumbled snap by Dak Prescott inside the 10-yard line. Now he got it back, but it took away one of the plays to score. I think if they have 3 plays, I think they score. I think they get 7 instead of 3. I really do. That was the first. The next thing was when Dallas when their defense got a stop to get Carolina to punt.
Their only punt of the game, right?
You got to score.
Hold on. No. Listen to what you're saying. Carolina. No, KP.
I hear you.
Okay.
But you gotta stop. You got the stop that you needed.
Mm.
You got the stop that you needed. You always talk about holding the levies. Now they held the levies and they put the offense back on the field. And you throw a screen pass and you lose yards. And then you throw a check down pass and you lose 5 yards. And then you're at a 3rd and 22. And you get 4 yards out of that and you're forced to punt. That's not it. Then after that, after you punt, you have Carolina pinned back. It's a 3rd and 7. And you get a PI.
Yeah, but that's a defense thing.
No. I know. I'm just saying all the things that happened, that transpired. You get a PI on a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive going, and that subsequently
keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
Absolutely.
Gave him to Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, but that 3rd and 7 on that PI on that 3rd and 7 was bad. I don't know if he would. I don't think he would have caught the pass.
Oh, Scotty Boy in the building now. What's good, Scotty Boy?
Scotty Boy was good with it. comes in throwing
already
at Trevor Lawrence.
That just means you know where his money was. He probably put some bread on
so
the Jags.
KP, I'll say this. It's a lot. Your offense scored 27 points. If you're saying that every possession must be a touchdown, it's not realistic. The guys on the other side of the football field get paid to play football as well.
Hey, Bong, I feel you. At this point, you never want to divide in your team, right? You never want the offense like, man, fuck them. The offense has to say,
yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Like, you know we got to score a touchdown. Like, you know them niggas ain't stopping nobody. I don't even want to hear nothing about that.
And
they are who we thought they were. We got to score a touchdown.
But DP.
Every time. No. Bong. Not every time. Like my grandfather used to say, every time. They got to score a touchdown.
Field goals won't do.
No. Won't do.
And the funny thing about it, there was a point in time in the game where the Cowboys went for it on fourth down. They did it like 3 times. That's already telling you we don't trust this defense.
You already know what's up.
Where Greg Olsen is saying, man, why don't you just go with the safe play and call Brendan Aubrey?
That's where everybody will look at him like,
bro,
like, nah, man.
But I just say though, inside the 10 though, Bong, you got 4 plays to score inside the 10. You got to get a touchdown, given the way that your defense is.
Scotty Boy says, not sure if Bong doesn't see the pattern, but the Cowboys lost to trash teams and compete and beat the stronger teams. It's comical.
No, it's not even a pattern. It's that. Remember, I said it last week. I heard it
literally all the time.
It's that. With your quarterback out there, you're going to be in every single game. But with that defense out there, every other team is going to be in the game too. It's just who has the ball last. Who has the ball last? And the only game where it didn't come down to that was the Chicago game, and I believe that was the only reason that happened was because the play calling for that game was devised around CeeDee Lamb being the one. So even after CeeDee Lamb went out, Dak didn't start targeting Pickens like that. He started targeting Ferguson.
Tolbert.
Because there was no game plan for Pickens. But now that we have a week to come and reset, Pickens, let's get cracking. Let's get rolling. It looks different. But every other game is like, who has the ball last? And I'm talking about, I don't care if it's 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Who has the ball last? Because the defense.
Go on. I'm sorry.
I was about to say the defense is going to give it up. If Dak and the Cowboys score with 40 seconds left on the game and they're up 3, they could lose that game. Like, that defense is bad, and now it seems like there's a divide between the players and the coordinators. Hey, let me say this, and we can move on to the next game. I know we want to talk about a few other games. Who's always the first person to address the media after the game for the Cowboys? Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones loved the whole court. He loved to talk. He loved to pop his shit. He loved to strut like a peacock. After the loss today, no comment from Jerry Jones. You was just popping shit about how great you are. When the loss comes, you want to be the first motherfucker you always want to be the first one to talk in a win, or even when it was the tie, you was front and center, selling the product. But when you get your ass beat in Charlotte by a team that's gonna go out there next week and get their ass beat again, Brock Bryce Young is going to go back to looking like garbage next week. Y'all lost to this motherfucker.
Say that about Brother Rico. I don't know.
Yeah. But what I'm saying,
like trash this week.
Listen, man, Rico was motivated.
Oh yeah,
Rico was motivated.
People keep calling these revenge games every time.
We're calling it the Rico Bowl.
He said it, and the Cowboys. You know why he's motivated? Because even though the Cowboys offered Javonte Williams or gave Javonte Williams,
they could have still signed him,
but they probably tried to lowball him on some goofy shit. Like, hey man, we'll give you $950,000 with incentives. You have to run for 2,000. You know, that might kick it up to $2 million.
Yeah.
Damn, you got to run for 2,000. Not even 2,000 scrimmage.
Not scrimmage.
Yeah,
like what year are we in? 2025. You need 2,025 yards.
Yeah, man.
As the third streak back.
Right.
Yeah. So,
all right. Well, so look, real quick, because we got to get to these other games, man. But go ahead. You said so again.
So again, Jerry Jones, the guy that constructed this defense, right? You're the GM. You make the calls. What are you gonna do? You guys are about to waste one of the best offensive years from a quarterback. And this is him operating without CD. But it doesn't matter how many points he scores. He could put up 45, but the defense will damn sure try and give up 46. The number one offense and the number 32 defense in the league, bro. We're fighting with ourselves. This is a civil war, right? The North versus the South, man. Got to be more careful. Anyway.
All right. So I don't know how much we want to get into the Rams and Baltimore. That result was as expected. Baltimore is in trouble. Puka Nacua is hurt though, so I don't know. You know, that might be that's going to be a blow to them. I'll see how they adjust. They got Adam, so he'll have to step up in the meantime, in between time, and you know, the tutu train possibly can do something for y'all.
Also, football players wants to talk about Drake May. New England Patriots.
I saw the question earlier. Should Drake May be an MVP? I think that's what you asked. Should he be in the MVP talk? I would say at this point, not necessarily. Too bad they don't have a sophomore of the year award. He'd be in the hunt for that. He's playing well. MVP like though, I don't know if I'm saying MVP. I'm not putting him in that conversation. But I mean, they got another win against the Saints. Listen, a win is a win. You beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. Some teams don't do that. They did. You know what I'm saying? So they're playing well. They may be another sneaky team, especially given that you have some of the usual players struggling. You know, Baltimore that we just talked about, that opens the door for another squad. Maybe it will be the Patriots this year. I don't know.
They have a soft schedule coming up. So there's wins on the horizon. They play the Titans next. I would say that's a win. Then they play the Browns with the Dylan Gabriel-led Browns. I'd say that's a win.
Speaking of that, did you see what did you see what Jalen Ramsey did after he sacked?
Yes. Pointing at Shedeur after he sacked Dylan Gabriel.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
like, you next. You next.
This one's for you. Nah, he probably telling him, come replace this clown. But
no, he like, they need you.
Either way.
Beat him down, I'll beat you down.
I think the Patriots have a decent next 3 games. Titans, Browns, Falcons, before they play the Buccaneers, and then they get the Jets again, then they get the Bengals, then they get the Giants. Yeah. I mean, this is a playoff team.
Jets twice.
Yeah, and listen, old school football plays. He's balling. Like I'm not saying
team.
He's balling.
A playoff team.
Yeah.
So You know,
MVP's a stretch, but he's balling. So
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you in terms of whether he's playing well or not. Like, yeah, I believe that he is for sure.
now if he goes on a run where he stacks 9-10 more wins, you're looking at a 13-win team or a 14-win team.
Then you got.
Drake May is an MVP candidate.
Yeah,
yes, he's an MVP front runner at 13 wins or 14 wins with that Patriots team that they thought would be better, but nobody expected that much from. Right,
and but it has to be in perform. He has to have performances like he had today, like 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. High completion rate, shit like that, where it's like he's controlling the game, distributing the ball, and like he's the reason. It can't be like struggle bus. We won 9-6 type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's going to take a lot to get for just public perception to get past what Baker Mayfield is doing.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like every win except for today has been dramatic. Like it's come from behind, last second throws, like winning on the last drive of the game. So, from a cinematic point of view, like, hey, what's
folks like drama.
Exactly.
Yeah, they like drama.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I can't say Rodgers.
I was just about to say that Rodgers played cool today. He played cool today, but
they're finding a way to win in Pittsburgh, though. They really are.
Okay. But hey, listen, I expected Rodgers to look cool this year. I expected him to play cool this year. Like this is that time. Like he knows the new body. So, and it's not gonna be an extended period of time. You know what I mean? I told y'all, I think earlier in the season, I said before the season, I said if Rodgers plays well and has a solid season with Pittsburgh, they get to the playoffs, even if it's a wild card or whatever, he's coming back again next year. He's gonna play for them one more year. So
the funny thing, DP, I'm not going to give Aaron Rodgers that much credit because Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record. So for them to get if Aaron Rodgers leads this team to the playoffs, what the young folks say, whoop-de-doo, as young Doug would say, whoop-de-damn-do, right? We made it to the playoffs numerous amounts of time because Mike Tomlin has never had. He's the only coach in NFL history to never have a losing record.
That's Tomlin, though. I'm talking about Rodgers.
No.
And what his mindset, and him coming off of the losing with the Jets and all that shit, and contemplating retirement. I'm saying if they go to the playoffs, he will run it back with them.
But let's say they go to the playoffs and they suffer another first round loss like they do every year.
He'll run it back with.
Will they bring him back?
They probably will. Shit,
last year they had Justin Fields and Russell Wilson.
Bong. Why wouldn't you? You just passed on, like you passed on Shedeur and all that. Unless you have your eyes set on a quarterback who you think is coming out in this upcoming draft, that you say, yeah, we'll wait because we know that guy's coming out next year. We'll take our chances. Like you already passed up on somebody who could have been playing for you to take Rodgers. Who the fuck else you gonna go with?
Even if you draft a quarterback next year, I would still bring him back.
Okay.
Why did they do it this year? Like, fuck.
Let success be your guide. Like if Aaron Rodgers can take you guys past the first round of the playoffs, sure. If it's the same first round exit that you always get with who are these, Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett and Josh Dobbs and all these other dudes, he's not going to get better next year.
And who would be a better option than Rodgers at this point?
Apparently, anybody.
Really?
You can
Apparently,
throw.
anybody?
What I'm saying, no. Listen to what I'm saying, DP. If you get to the playoffs and it's a first round exit, like they've been doing of late, then you're just doing what Mike Tomlin does every year. Mike Tomlin has taken Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph to the first round of the playoff and lost. So Aaron Rodgers, can you take us to the next? If Aaron Rodgers can get you to the second round of the playoffs, bring him back next year. But if he's doing the same thing,
if he doesn't, with the crop of quarterbacks you see, who are you saying let's go with him instead of Rodgers? That's what I'm asking you.
And I'm telling you that based on Mike Tomlin's track record, any NFL quarterback,
which would be
anybody, go pick him up off the street. Go pick up a backup.
I doubt that. I doubt it.
But you hear what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, I do. But I'm asking you, like, but you're making a good point. But what I'm asking you is, why would you move off of Rodgers? What would be the reason to move off of him if he's willing to come back?
Because he'll be a year older.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, Ja'Marr Chase made a great catch in a game that was probably out of hand. He's not quarterback proof, Raptors HQ, because they had to go and trade for a quarterback because the previous quarterback somehow couldn't get him the ball. So he's not, I wouldn't call him quarterback proof, but if you put a veteran in there that knows that the squeaky wheel gets the grease, Ja'Marr Chase is definitely the squeaky wheel, and he will remain happy no matter how many losses pile up as long as he continues to get his numbers. He just wants his numbers this year. When Joe Burrow comes back, we'll continue to compete. But I can't have games where I'm getting 2 for 32. That's what's on Ja'Marr Chase's mind. And I don't think that him and Justin Jefferson are in the same league. I've seen Justin Jefferson do it with multiple quarterbacks in games where his catches either put them in position to win, put them in a position to potentially win them games. Ja'Marr does it really well with Joe Burrow, pause if necessary. But outside of Joe Burrow, he's not quarterback proof. Let me say that.
Okay.
Man, so I mean that's a wrap for y'all. Y'all got anything else you want to talk about? I know we're gonna be back on.
Yeah, I want to highlight something. So the Chargers to the East Coast got a win against the Miami Dolphins.
Right.
One thing that Bong said, you will know when Ladd McConkey goes off because I will have set him on my fantasy team.
There will be signs.
There will be this. So, Bong, this week.
Yeah, in a tight game.
Did you play Ladd McConkey?
Ladd McConkey is on my bench with 24 points.
Absolutely. And Ladd McConkey, 7 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown. And had a nice catch, nice long catch to put the Chargers in field goal range to win the game.
Yeah, man.
And in that play, so I picked up their running backs because, they've lost their top 2 running backs.
Vidal Sassoon.
Yeah, Vidal Sassoon, man. Vidal Sassoon got busy. 18 rushes, 124 yards. But the guy that I'm going to highlight didn't get busy like that, but had a hell of a play at the end was Hassan Haskins. So the play that went to Ladd McConkey and he ran down the field for, I want to tell you, it was a 42-yard reception. 42-yard reception. Haskins was blocking in the backfield first. right? Picked up a block in the backfield. The ball was passed to Lad McConkey. Haskins ran down the field and then made another block to spring McConkey free to get the 41 yards and to put them in the position to score. So that was a hell of a hustle play that will not get talked about and probably get swept under the rug
unless you want 2 peas in a bomb.
Because he wasn't the one making the reception, but he made 2 amazing blocks on that play.
You want me to go one step further for you?
Absolutely.
So, if you were going to pick up a running back out of the 2, it would have been Vidal Sassoon. Well, everybody knows that now, but the telltale sign is that Vidal Sassoon is only there to run the ball. Haskins, who KP just talked about the hustle plays, is there because he also plays special teams. So the plays that you're talking about, like you're talking about, yeah, like he's used to it because he does that shit every time down on special teams. So that's where his value was. His value was like, he's a special teams guy. Vidal was actually, the guy that was going to more than likely come in and tote the rock because they brought him in specifically to run the ball. So
the Dolphins take an L to them, come up short, and then you got your boy Tua.
Not on. You know what?
Talking that shit about what's going on behind the scenes, which y'all think about that.
Before we even do that, I don't know if you guys saw the highlight of how they lost the game to the Chargers. They scored to go up and said, "We love how the Dallas Cowboys play defense. We have some of what you guys have." One play, the Lad McConkey play that KP is talking. I'm assuming that's the play you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah,
that play. How much time was on the clock? It was less than a minute.
Yeah, it was like 42 seconds, something like that.
They line up at like the 20-yard line or like the 30-yard line or something like that, and one play with. Yo, man, they got to start firing niggas on the spot, bro. Whether it's the coach, players, somebody I want to see in my lifetime, someone get fired on the field. Like, bro, I don't care if you want a jersey swap. Don't wait till we leave the locker room. You come sit on the bench, wait till we leave the locker room, and then you can clear your shit out. Your check, your last check will be in there. Oh, bro.
You know that's happened. That happened in college. Herm Edwards, Arizona State didn't let him. They met him on the field.
Right. He couldn't.
They did it to Lane Kiffin as well.
Right.
So they do it in college. Don't address the team. That's not your team anymore.
Man, listen.
And that pass was with 34 seconds.
Hey, Al sucks in mock drafts, bro. You must not have been here. We started this. We definitely shouted out JSN. I don't know if you was on there. JSN got busy. We shouted that out. Yeah, we did a whole little segment on him. Come on, Al sucks in my drafts. Don't do us like that. We definitely shouting out at JSN, man. We talked about how Seattle moved on from DK so that he can spread his wings and he could it could be his show. So we talked about him. We talked about Sam Darnold.
One more QB. I want to ask y'all about too. With we talked about your boy over in Baltimore, Cooper Rush, being like lead backup, so to speak, or whatever. And I think Jacoby Brissett is one of those guys who kind of falls into that category too, like somebody solid who could just step in for somebody when they're injured, probably win you some games, won't lose it for you. He stepped in with the Cardinals, man, played pretty well. Was through 44 times, but they came up short, right? I don't know what this tells you about the Colts. I don't know how long is Murray out? Do we know that? Is there any reports on how long he'll be?
Yeah, I don't know.
No. It was.
Okay.
I mean, it was looking iffy. They didn't call it until this morning that Murray was out. So it so it may, who knows. But I'll say this: offense looked way more competent with Jacoby Brissett there, and keep in mind he lost Harrison Jr. to a concussion
First half,
early in the game. So again, taller quarterback can stand in the pocket, deliver throws. Not really worrying, not really depending on, running around with his legs and trying to, move the pocket and all this other stuff. And this is just a replacement level quarterback, a backup that's, you ever seen those backup quarterback commercials that they have?
Oh, where you step in?
Yeah.
Step in for the photos.
Yeah.
What was up, boy? He played for the Cowboys, man. Can't even think of his name.
They had, I think they had Danny DeVito in there one time. They had Teddy Bridgewater.
Bridgewater as a backup listener or whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, a little cool thing. But yeah, Jacoby Brissett did his thing today, man. Anywho, so we have a doubleheader tomorrow night. I know we're going to be back on and get to it. But appreciate y'all tapping in. KP, I know last time was a false alarm, but give us that theme music. Nah, Breece Hall can't get, well, shit. If the way they losing, Breece Hall might get traded. Damn, KP. The balloons only do it
fucking
one time,
huh? I guess so, man.
Fingers are the wrong way, man. You got to turn it around the other way and use that. Yeah, that's the hand you got to use. There you. I told you. See. Hey, man. 2 P's in the bong. We out.
Got the fingerprints.